Good morning and welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Summer Ottershot.
And I'm Kaylin Tilley. The FDA is supporting over-the-counter naloxone products.
Also, clinics are opening up in Amazon in response to disease.
Cameron Lee is here with your forecast, and Emmeline Perkins has your latest sports news. This is Newswatch Today.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Right now we have Cameron Lee to give us the first look at the weather.
I know a lot of people are glad to have gotten some snow this week. Are we expecting any more of that?
Well, no snow this week. Specifically today, we can look at our current conditions around 21 degrees, so it feels like there should be snow on the ground because it's so cold. But going later into today, it's going to warm up just a bit. Highs around 46, no snow in the forecast for today. Thankfully, we can get a little bit warmer as we go into the day, but that's all for now. Now, the real question is there snow in the forecast later this week? You'll have to stick around for the full forecast to find out more.
Thanks, Cameron. I guess we'll know more in just a little while during your full forecast.
It sounds like a great but chilly day out there.
Yes. A bus of migrants has been sent from Texas to Philadelphia. It is part of Texas Governor Greg Abbott's political statement in sending migrants in Texas to other cities. He stated that since the mayor of Philadelphia fought so hard to get his city labeled as a sanctuary city, then it is a great place to send and accept migrants. Other cities that Abbott has sent migrants to has been New York, Chicago, and our nation's capital. Abbott has full plans on continuing this practice until the Biden administration tightens their border security. As the opioid crisis only seems to get worse, the FDA is striving to make sure that naloxone products are accessible and available. Naloxone is a life-saving medicine that can counteract the effects of an opioid overdose, as long as it is administered in time. As of right now, naloxone is only available if you have a prescription. The FDA announced it is working on taking steps to approve of different naloxone products that would be safe enough to be sold without a prescription.
The explosion in RSV cases across the country has forced one hospital in Arizona to open 2 clinics to deal with the overflow of patients. Tucson Medical Center says it's been seen a 200% spike in cases, and the emergency room is packed with patients. Doctors say RSV is affecting babies and children up to 4 years old, the most right now, and the pandemic is partially to blame. That's because kids who wore masks during the pandemic were shielded from catching viruses, so their immune systems are now weaker. Every fall, Evangel students put on a talent show called Harvest Fest. Here's reporter Sarah Cummings with more.
Evangel's annual Harvest Fest variety show was Saturday night, November 13th. Harvest Fest is hosted by Activities Board and is a show filled with skits, videos, and student acts. Senior Micah Wells was one of the hosts and had this to say about her experience.
Easy, but one of my favorite parts was just the student body. And right before they started the show, they did like a countdown timer, and they did like a game that went with it, and I could just hear the audience like cheering and screaming before it even started, and I just knew it was going to be a good night. And so to see everyone be so interactive, and like even I had a lot of friends on the front row, and they were just like cheering us on, and to hear people laugh or to boo Max off the stage, like it was just so fun. Honestly, it would not have been half the fun had the audience not been as receptive and responsive and fun as they had.
Harvest Fest has become one of the most loved events by Evangel students.
It was so fun. I love that Micah on the stage and Aiden were able to really get the audience involved as being a part of the stage crew and the extras on the movie that we had said that the Harvest Fest was going to be surrounded by. And I think it was just awesome. I always enjoy going, no matter where I am in the audience. I feel like I'm a part of the show as well, so it's always really fun.
Harvest Fest 2022 was an amazing night filled with laughter and entertainment for Evangel students. AV's next event is Classy Christmas, Thursday, December 1st. For EUTV, I'm Sarah Cummings. Back to you guys.
Heading towards the middle of November, we must not forget the events that happened on Friday and Saturday with the Fine Arts Department and Chapel. Students from the Southern Missouri districts gathered to participate in activities such as Zoe Silva's sermons and rap battles. Worship was led by Heartsong. James Reynolds attended the event as one of Heartsong's lead singers.
The event was awesome. It was a Friday, Saturday, 3 services, or I guess you could call sessions. And it was just a lot of fun. The chapel was packed out, a lot of students from all over the SoMo district. So it was great and a blast.
Coming soon, we will hear from the music department's upcoming Christmas concert.
This and more when we get back after this break.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Thank you. Did you see anyone's broccoli? Thanks for helping us.
No problem.
You're welcome.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
NASA has finally launched its uncrewed Artemis 1 mission on a historic journey to the moon. The spacecraft took off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 1:47 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday. The rocket is now officially the most powerful to ever reach Earth's orbit. It will take several days for the spacecraft to reach its farthest point, which is about 40,000 miles beyond the moon. The capsule is expected to journey back to Earth and parachute to a splashdown landing in the Pacific Ocean on December 11th. Summer Roddershot is standing by with a special guest. Summer?
Thanks, Kaylin. With me today is Dr. Matrone, the chair of the music department. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, Summer.
So I understand that there are a number of performances this time of the year for the music department. And though we really want to ask about the Christmas concert, which we'll come back to, but are there some other performances going on or that just happened?
Yes, we just finished that concert season for the music department, all the instrumental groups and choral groups. So we are done with that portion.
So that means we're on to the Christmas concert. So tell me just a little bit about what that looks like and when it's coming up.
Yeah, I think that's a concert that's been going on for many years. It's a tradition of Evangel. You know, it's a community, kind of a community gift, but it's also a culmination of all of our ensembles. And we partner with the Salvation Army.
Okay.
And yeah, so that is December 2nd, 7 o'clock in Spence Chapel.
In the Spence Chapel. Amazing. So who exactly, what exactly are the groups that are going to be involved in it? You said all the ensembles, but what are all of those who are performing?
Sure. So the vocal ensembles are the men's ensembles, the women's chamber ensemble, chorale, EU chorale, EU chorus, and we have a special trio that we're going to launch this year, so we're excited about that, a student trio. And then the instrumental is a combination of the symphonic band and the orchestra.
Okay, so the trio is new. I've never heard of that. Could you give us a little bit of an insight? What is that? Who is in it?
Sure, it is 2 sophomores and a junior who have been kind of creating their own little vocal musical vibe in the department.
Wow.
So yeah, they auditioned for me, and I'm really excited about their sound and just be a totally different entity into the program this year.
Yes, that is so amazing. So they came together on their own and then approached you.
Right, yeah.
Are they all music majors?
All music majors.
All music majors. So that makes sense that they are pouring a lot of their life and their heart into this.
Correct.
What is a little bit more, so you mentioned the Salvation Army. Tell us a little bit more about that benefit part of the concert and what can people donate? What are people donating?
Right. Yeah. That partnership's been very long-standing with the university, long before I was the chair. And it's a canned goods donation.
Okay.
It's also a financial donation. You know, they bring the little red pails, whatever they call them. And so that happens as financial donation or canned goods. And, you know, we're always surprised at how many people actually bring canned goods and contribute to that. So
that is so cool. Is this something that happens every year, or is this the first year that you said it's a long-standing?
Yeah, every year. It has happened every year. And we also feature the actual pastor of Salvation Army. I'm not sure what we call him, the general, or they give a little bit of a descriptive of what happens to those donations and their partnership with Evangel. So
that is awesome. I love that so much. So how long have you been the head of the music department?
Since 2013, so I'm going into my 10th year.
Your 10th year. So you've been a part of, if you were to estimate how many concerts you've been a part of.
Sure. 12 as a professor. I did some adjunct work back in the day, you know, earlier, but yeah, full-time, 12 years.
So how much work goes into preparing and rehearsing for, let's say, just the Christmas concert? Like, how early do you start with your Christmas
music? Sure, it depends.
Music?
You know, it really depends on what the ensembles are going to do. So for my ensembles, we started a few weeks ago.
Okay.
The instrumental part of it, they just ended all their concerts, so they're now in the, you know, the trenches of learning all that music.
Yes.
But there's quite a bit of work with a very large dress rehearsal that happens the night before, because it's all of our choirs, all of our instrumentalists. So that's a lot of students on the platform for that event.
And you are in charge, which ensembles are you in charge of?
I direct the EU Chorale and the Women's Chamber Ensemble, and this year the Men's Ensemble.
Okay, and then who directs the university
chorus? Dr. Hawkins.
Dr. Hawkins. Awesome. Is there a popular song that you are especially looking forward to this concert?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a real traditionalist when it comes to Christmas, so I love all the carols, and we're doing plenty of them, but we're ending with the Hallelujah Chorus this year, and that's always a significant component for the audience as well as the participants. So
that is amazing. So tell us one more time where it is at, the date that it is, and what time.
Friday, December the 2nd.
Friday, December
7 p.m. at Spence Chapel.
7 p.m. at Spence Chapel. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time and for being here with us today. Let's go back to Kaylin and Cameron at the desk.
Thanks, Summer. So Cameron, I know it's been so cold these past few days, and today it was freezing. But what's it going to look like? Is it going to be that cold the rest of the week?
Well, I think we can expect it to warm up, but I'll tell you more about that when we return for the full forecast.
It was reported on Tuesday from the Ukrainian president's office that Russian missiles have hit Poland. Vladimir Zelensky, Ukrainian president, said, "Today happened what we warned about a long time ago. This terror is not limited to our national borders. It has spread to the territory of Moldova, and today Russian missiles hit Poland."
It's hard to believe that the war is still worsening.
Agreed. Our prayers go out to all affected. Cameron, what is the weather looking like this week?
Well, we can actually expect some sunny weather this week. But before we jump into this week, I want to take a look at our current conditions one more time. 21 degrees. It was pretty cold when we were coming in this morning. But later into the day, it's going to warm up just a bit. Highs around 46. That wind is pretty low at 6 miles per hour, so we're not going to feel that as much as we did last week. But we can definitely feel a little bit. But then going into tonight, it's going to cool back down, back to that 21 degrees. It's going to be cloudy almost all day. So we can expect just a little bit of sun maybe in the afternoon, but not much. Going in to look at our almanac, what blows my mind is that our lowest temperature today actually beats out the record temperature low. So it is a cold day, and it is showing on our almanac today. Obviously, our high is a lot colder than the record high. It was around 79 degrees at one point in November. So right now it's about 46 degrees. It is going to be a cold day. Something else to pay attention to, sunset at 5:03 p.m. So if you're looking to go watch that, that's when that's going to be ready for you. Taking a look at our satellite, we can see a lot of different things going on here. We can see movement throughout here, and that's going to be a lot of rain, precipitation, anything like that. Blue is more in the question of, is that snow? Is that rain? Is that going to be anything? That's up in the air, as well as up through here, and then all of this through here. I believe all of this through here is actually going to be snow, and we can see that as we move into our radar. Over here, we can see all of this. This is everything we just saw earlier. All of this is going to be snow. Most of this is actually going to be precipitation moving into rain. The question is, will this rain turn into snow for us? Will it stay rain? Will we even see rain this week? We can see a lot of rain down here in the Texas area, but all of this through here isn't rain. It's actually snow. One last look at our Missouri temperatures. Currently, 47 degrees is our high for today. All around us, 41, 46, 43. So everywhere in Missouri is staying around 40 degrees. Nothing too crazy in our area. But taking a look at our national forecast, this is the precipitation I was talking about. It's coming right over us. So is that going to look like rain this week? Are we going to even see that or feel that? This is all of the snow that was moving along the top of it. So all of this white through here is all snow. All of these states are feeling that. And then down here, this is that rain that was over there in Texas that we saw on our radar. So we can see rain here, precipitation here, and snow through here. Cold front moving in. It's going to get colder. So we're going to definitely start to feel that this week. We can see that in our 6-day forecast. Our warmest day being on Tuesday, around 58 degrees. It's definitely going to be, that's our warmest for this coming up week. So it's not going to get much warmer. Our lowest is 32 for Friday. A lot of sun in the next 6 days, which is really nice. We'll get a lot of sun. No rain in our forecast. So that precipitation that was over us, we might see into the later ends of the week, but nothing in the beginning of the week. And that's all I have for you guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Cameron. Just around the corner, Emmeline Perkins will be here to give us the latest in sports.
And Amazon launches their new virtual healthcare. This and more when we return.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
My kids put skis on, as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
On Tuesday, Amazon launched a virtual clinic to treat common health conditions. The company says the service, Amazon Clinic, will focus on affordable care for those who need treatment for conditions such as allergies, acne, and hair loss. Patients will speak to doctors through a message-based portal where the doctor will send a treatment plan, including prescriptions if needed. No word on how much the service will cost, and Amazon does not accept insurance. The clinic will be available in 32 states, but Amazon says it hopes to expand in the coming months.
Wow, Amazon is really making some amazing advancements, aren't they?
Yeah, who knows what they'll do next. Let's now move to sports. Standing by is Emmeline Perkins.
Thanks, Kaylin. After beating national ranked number 4 Oklahoma Wesleyan and number 13 University of Science and Art Oklahoma, the Evangel men's basketball team received 171 votes, putting them ranked 22nd in the nation. This is the first time the men's basketball team has been in the top 25 since the 2015 to 2016 season, when they are ranked 8th in the nation. The men's basketball team's next game is Tuesday the 22nd at John Brown University. Freshman middle blocker Viviana Sanchez was named Heart of America Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Year, as well as Freshman of the Year. She headlined a group of 5 teammates that were named on the 2022 All-Conference team. Front row hitter Tori Lowry, libero Aaron Russell, outside hitter Riley Morrison, and right side Sierra Reeves. The women's Valor volleyball season will return in the fall of 2023. Mike Hollins, a football player at the University of Virginia, was wounded in a shooting on a school bus last Sunday when they were returning from a field trip from Washington, D.C. Hollins is the 4th victim in the shooting. There are 3 other victims that were Hollins' friends that sadly passed away in the shooting. Hollins is currently unable to talk and uses a pen and paper to communicate. They are still trying to identify the 5th victim. The Golden State Warriors are having a rocky start to their season after a loss of 130 to 119 to the Phoenix Suns on Wednesday. With this loss, it puts their record at 0-8. This is the first time since the 1988 and the 1990 season when the Warriors started their season with a record of 0-9. You can watch the Warriors play tomorrow at 7 against the New York Knicks. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Emmeline. That sounds like a game you don't want to miss.
It sure does. World's tallest woman goes job hunting. We'll have that story for you after these messages.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
Behold,
the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your
Rumessa Gelgi is your average 25-year-old, but she is well above average, quite literally. Gelgi holds 5 Guinness World Records, including her title as world's tallest woman, standing at an astounding 7 feet 7 inches. Her incredible height is due to her Weaver syndrome and has made her an amazing activist for the cause. However, she is much more than just her height and is trying to land a job as a web developer and show others that anything is possible as long as they keep believing in themselves.
It's amazing that even through all of her hardships, she still pushes forward. It's very inspirational.
Indeed, she is a very strong woman. Hopefully the weather this week is promising. Let's go to Cameron Lee with the final weather update.
Well, if by promising you mean getting a little bit warmer, then you're right on the ball. We can see that later into next week, Tuesday roughly, it's gonna get our warmest with about 58 degrees. Now that's still not super warm, but that's warmer than we experienced last week and the end of this week. So our coolest is Friday with 32 degrees, and then we can see a lot of sun in the forecast. We have a ton of sun, so that's exciting. Sunny days ahead. Around 58 as our highest and 40 as our lowest for Saturday, and that's what we have to expect for the rest of this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cameron. That's all for us today. I'm Kaylin Tilley.
And I'm Summer Rottershot. This has been Newswatch Today. Please join us next week.